Something about this message is a lot of needed confirmation on something. And before my incense goes out, I'm going to burn my last stick. I do have more Cohen incense somewhere, but um, thank you all for being here. Welcome back to these collective readings. These are a collective for a bunch of different peoples, so always take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And uh, I feel like I was gonna say the words like I'm very grateful to read these cards, but also I feel like some of y'all are very grateful for the intuitive information that you get from source, spirit, and the universe, whatever it is, even if it's just your spirit team. And the fact that I'm filming this during the fall times, I feel like you kind of feel the magic in the air, whether you're watching this during the fall time or you're watching this at any sort of point in any sort of season. Um, Something about this is a harvest season for you, whether it is just springtime, wintertime, whatever it may be, because usually in that energy, there's a lot of things coming to fruition. And I feel like what's coming to fruition is confirmation of something. And this, I feel like, is confirmation of what you truly and actively want to do with yourself, with your life, and how you want to create this lifestyle of yours. Because sometimes it takes a little bit of a second to really understand what we want to commit to in our lives and the lifestyle we want to like build and create for ourselves. And I feel like something about how you work, how you function, how you do something is just so either unseen or unlike any other sort of lifestyle that you have wanted to try out. Because sometimes we gotta try out some things to figure out what our thing really is. And I feel like this is gonna be. Ooh, we have the Hierophant with the Seven of Wands reversed. This is something that, like, no one can tell you how to do it. Like, you can't go to a mentor or a teacher and be like, what's my vibe? What's my thing? It's something you create yourself, and I feel like you know that, and you've been intuitively really, like, being pulled in that direction. But also, I feel like this is something that speaks grander to how you've been functioning and working currently. Like, you're sitting here probably demonizing, not really demonizing things, but demonizing certain things that you do in the sense of like, oh, well, like some people kind of think that's weird or whatever. And it's not like you're beating yourself up over something. I think it's just being shy about being yourself and being who you really truly are, because it does take a lot of like um fearlessness to be able to be ourselves out in the world. And obviously you want to be your whole entire self, but you don't want to overcompensate with it, is what I feel like the Five of Cups is really kind of aiming towards. And also it's aiming towards the idea of like, you don't want to do the whole fake it until you make it. You want to find that real you on the inside. And I feel like this is where all of this is going to be speaking to a lot of how you've committed to things, to yourself, to the commitments you have around you, whether it's just like either if it's a relationship or a job or a project, like even small little commitments or goals that you've set for yourself. Um, Give me 1 second. Sorry, I was not expecting to get a phone call right then and there. But we were talking about the Five of Cups. I feel like a lot of this is really you not wanting to overcompensate for yourself here. Ooh, Knight of Wands, Four of Cups. Like, you feel like you are just resting upon this fourth cup that you know you can pursue for yourself. because the Knight of Wands is reversed. I feel like you're not really pushing yourself towards this. It's almost coming up with every single other idea instead of pushing yourself forward into it, because I feel like part of you knows what you can create and what you can manifest here. And I feel like this is a very short and sweet confirmation for somebody, but like, you can teach yourself everything about yourself, but no one can teach you how you are on the inside, how you truly are, and how you truly want to be. And I feel like this is where, if you needed a confirmation to just say, like, literally, like, be yourself, like, go full, no shy, complete fearlessness, complete lack of self-doubt, try to imagine how that will be, like, for you, if you were to just wholeheartedly act like yourself and not care what anyone says, thinks, or even does about it. Because I feel like you need to experience that part in a very, like, real imagination sort of way. And if you need to actually have, like, a method to your madness here, I feel like doing things methodically in a way, or not like methodically, method acting is the word I was trying to come up with, because I feel like you need to method act out how you truly are, because it's almost like pretending that you're fearlessness just to see how you act and see how you are, because I feel like you'll find yourself, I'm hearing more intuitive. I feel like when you truly understand and combine all of these forces, you really break free from a lot of things that maybe you were told in the past about yourself. And I think that's what's maybe holding you back, is like, you're not shy in a way of like, oh, I don't think I'm good enough at that. It could be a lot of that, but I think you're shy in the way of like, oh, well, I should just focus on, you know, the fact that these cups are spilled because that's what all these other people say, and that's what all the people who you deem as important would say. And the universe is like, let's pretend none of that exists right now. You have an opportunity to sit here and enjoy the person that you've become fully. And even if it's not perfect how you want, because you still feel like you have a little bit of self doubt, I feel like you understand where this is going to be very crucial for your journey. Because the crucial part about it is whether you choose to act in accordance of your true self, or you choose to hide and shy away. And I think when you choose intuitively is the best thing for you, because you're choosing in a way that doesn't even like feel like a choice of, oh, okay, I'm just gonna pretend this and just act intuitively, and in an essence of, okay, let's pretend we're not fearful to be ourselves just for one day or 1 hour, one set of couple of minutes per se. We have 8, 6, 8 here. We even have 5, 4, and then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the numbers, because we have 4 of cups, 5 of cups. We have 6 for the lovers. And then 7 of wands, 8 of swords, and 8 of pentacles here. You are working your way up through this level of change within yourself. And when it comes to the number 8, I learned a long time ago that 8 is also a representation of change. But it's not change that's new. It's change that we are committing to and committing to find balance with. Because if you follow the line of the 8 when it's on its side in that infinity, there is a balance that is happening there. It's almost this thing that's kind of ping-ponging back and forth. And I don't know if you've seen in some of the tarot decks that I have that the 2 of Pentacles has that like figure 8 sort of imagery on it when it's someone balancing the 2 pentacles, because that's essentially the balance that you have to keep in motion. It's not something that you're gonna instantly come upon when you choose to act in a certain way. You're not just gonna instantly find balance at something. It's balance that you choose to work on creating here. And I feel like you've worked on it for a long time, but you're way too focused about what other people say about your journey and maybe how other people have handled their journey, And I feel like you're almost comparing your trauma to other people's trauma, and that's one thing that I'm not going to let you do when you are watching these videos. Everyone has had hurt in their life and trauma in various different ways. Just because someone you think had it worse than you doesn't make it doesn't make the things that you went through any less. You went through shit that you had to work on. You went through things that you had to work on and create balance and create confidence in yourself and instill confidence in yourself in. And I think when you do a compare and contrast, you kind of get into that psychology of like, oh, well, maybe I should be more grateful of the work that I've done, or maybe I should do this, maybe I should do that. Don't compare yourself at all. The only thing you need to compare is yourself like 10 years ago to now. Think about genuinely 10 years ago. Would you have been doing any of the things that you do now 10 years ago? Would you have had the confidence and the faith and trust in yourself to actually feel like you are closer to your true self more than ever before? I don't care what you decided to do in those 10 years. If you've made mistakes, we all have. We've all made certain mistakes, but it's constantly led us to this powerful being of ourself, this powerful understanding of ourself. And I feel like you truly understand it now more than ever. And I truly want you to express to yourself how you would have acted 10 years ago versus how you would have acted now. Four of Swords. While this is a rest card, I also see this as in this deck, there's like something that's being grieved, but not in a way of like grieving a loss. It's almost like, damn, like we're grieving this part of us. It feels a lot like grieving, but it's almost like reconciling with the fact that you aren't the same of how you were 10 years ago, even 15 or 20 years ago, or even just 5 years ago. Maybe even 6 months ago, because a lot can happen in 6 months. I would say 5 months, but I feel like 5 is just coming out as that number of change. You created change a long time ago, and you chose to create that change because you knew it would get you closer to yourself. And whatever you decided to do all that time ago, you got to this point because you committed to that change. And while this is a commitment and this is a choice that you made, there's also a choice that needs to be made now. Are you going to continue with the work that is actually not necessarily, it's not like burning old bridges, it's burning away things that don't serve you, resting upon things of like, okay, that's of the past and this is what we've learned. Now we can rest upon this idea and this time period and this intellectual thing here that can actually bring you closer to your future self, your higher self, your truer self. I feel like this is so much an essence of truth that you've needed to experience it in such a interesting way. I feel like I want to say interesting because I feel like the more you've discovered about yourself, the more wacky the journey has become, because it's only something that you can see when you get your hermit journey lantern close enough in your mind to like see it in the light. And not many people are going to understand that. Seven of Wands. No one's going to really understand the journey of you discovering yourself and the journey of self-discovery, because that looks different for every single person here. Three of Pentacles is obviously a lot of working with me, myself, and I here. And excuse me, working with the things you know you can create, but also you are creating this on your own. This is a work of your own creation. This isn't a work of anyone else's creation here. The Tower. And it's time to truly commit to that idea of this isn't going to like be completely understood by anyone else. And I feel like if you want to be understood by somebody, the one person that truly understands you is probably Source, Spirit, the universe, your spirit guides, your spirit team, ancestors, and so on. They're the only ones that really can get to truly see that true you at the end of the day. And a part of you, the mentor that you've been to yourself, has constantly seen you for who you truly are. And I feel like there is an acceptance that's needing to be had, because it's going to break down every bit of barrier, not just structure, but I feel like there are barriers inside your soul, your heart and mind. Excuse me. I ate a little bit before this, so um I feel like you're truly accepting things that are going to break down barriers in your heart and your mind, and it's not going to be like any other belief system that you have ever been able to break down before. Because sometimes we feel like, oh, I'll never get over that, or I'll never get past that. Oh my god, I'm actually at the door to get past this thing, to get over this thing, to actually think about this and process it in a healthy manner. You actively did that on your own. The strength card. I was like, I feel like I don't need to pull any more cards. And the fact that I stopped on the strength card, this has been you this entire time. And I feel like this didn't even need to be a super long message, because it's almost like get out there and feel the strength that you chose to commit to, that you chose to create. And you chose that a long time ago. Because you're coming out here, the upright cards are like of person cards per se. The upright cards are the Hierophant and the Queen of Wands. You've taught yourself this. You taught yourself how to be the student to your own teacher and the teacher to your own student, and you committed to this in such a passionate way because you knew it was bringing yourself closer to not just yourself but self-love, and actually being passionate about who you truly are becoming and who you truly are at the end of the day. And I feel like I want to get one more oracle card because I do not have much time here, but I know this message needed to get out. So thank you for being here for a quick little second, for a spell or two, per se. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. And the last little confirming piece, the Maiden with the kiss. This is so much of like your own energy. You must acknowledge the person you were in the past didn't have all of the information that you know currently right now. You didn't have all the information that your younger self now actually and actively has here. Let's see. The kiss, the touch, the chemistry. Ooh, I feel like you're almost curious of what your true self would be like, and I feel like when you shy away from it, it's because you know that you're gonna love yourself more than ever before. Like, and I mean love yourself, whether it means in that way or not. I don't know. You are actively allowed to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, I'm fucking hot. Like, I am sexy. I am amazing. I am intellectual. I am like just this amazing being of creation, of like physical creation per se. And whether conventional attraction has nothing to do with this. This is how you love yourself. And I feel like part of you maybe didn't get to see this side of you ever before. And now you're being asked to enter this really true sacred act of self-love that is genuinely seeing yourself as truly amazing. And I think I'm going to leave it there because you need to look at yourself in the mirror and truly appreciate how beautiful you are, not just on the inside and all the work that you've done on the inside, but how the work you do on the inside reflects on the outside. Do you see yourself in the mirror looking a little bit lighter, maybe glowing a bit different, or holding yourself in a different way? That's what I'm talking about. And you get to actually enjoy that, and you're allowed to be grateful for that work that you've done. I'm getting the message is you're allowed to actually love yourself in a way that is like sexy and enjoyable and is like feel good energy, not just like, okay, yeah, I guess I kind of do love myself and stuff like that. Like, no, you're looking at yourself like, I am so good at this, or I'm so good at that. Like, whatever it may be, that is all I have for you. So thank you for letting me read your cards, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!